Okay, let's check out the Aphria numbers. They did top analyst expectations on revenue, but they did take a hit from COVID-19. The company saw almost $65 million in losses. Production was impaired in Jamaica, Lesotho, Colombia, and Argentina. We are joined now by Irwin Simon, CEO at Aphria. Thanks very much indeed for coming on the show. Once again, Irwin, it's great to see you.
Great to see you, Andy, and thank you very much.
So just looking here at your sales, you overall had sales of $152 million, beating consensus slightly. And your total gross cannabis revenue, though, it wasn't up that much. Well, I'm just looking here. Rec was strong, up 27%, but Med was down 2%, and no bulk sales.
So, Andy, first of all, I'm standing here in our great facility, Aphria Diamond in Leamington, Ontario, over 1 million square feet, 1.6 million. The facility, we can grow over 150,000 kilos. So it's great to be here and great to be, with our 1,000 employees that have dealt with COVID and kept these facilities running. And I got to tell you, I'm very proud of the people and what we've been able to do here. Listen, again, for the year, we grew our business almost 130%. What we did is we're up over 26% in rec, and that's the number to focus on. Listen, we're not ultimately a wholesaler, and we didn't have a lot of wholesale in the quarter. But we were profitable at $8.5 million of EBITDA. We gained share during the quarter. And yes, we did take a write-down on an impairment in Latin America, Colombia, and Lesotho. And you know what? That makes sense for the long term of the business. They were non-cash. Ultimately, as the new CEO that came in here last year, they were not a focus for me. But today, Aphria has over $500 million of cash. We are growing. We're growing share. We have 7 great brands. So it's some exciting times at Lesotho. I'm a little, puzzled why everybody's focused on the $68 million non-cash loss.
I guess we should look at the stock. We should note that it's been super volatile lately. I mean, the shares last I saw were trading at about 670, down sharply today, but they're really back to their level of mid-July. So it's been a very volatile stock.
Listen, the stock has performed. It was up over 17% during, the last 4 or 5 months. But again, it's not looking at the stock today. Again, it's looking back what Aphria is. As I said before, we have 7 great brands. We've had 5 quarters of straight profitability. We've had double-digit growth. We've gained share in Ontario and Alberta, and our brands are doing great. Andy, we're in the industry that's 2 years old, okay? And, I think you come back and look at the old Aphria compared to the new Aphria and where we are today and what's happened in a year. And with that, I'm excited about, the opportunities. Aphria Diamond, took later to open for us. COVID has come in there to affect. Ontario did not open up the stores that, they were supposed to open up. But hey, there is a big, big opportunity in the whole cannabis industry, and which I'm proud of, as Aphria has emerged as probably the #1 cannabis company within the industry.
What about, in terms of size, our own David George Koch says that you did explore, you held advanced talks to explore a merger with Aurora. It would have been a huge deal. Those discussions broke down. What went wrong in those talks? Why did a deal not materialize?
So Andy, I'm not going to talk about something that never happened, okay? But I can back and say this here. Number one, this is an industry right now that needs consolidation. There's a lot of LPs. There's a lot of growth out there. We don't need it. But if there's an opportunity to consolidate and get efficiencies and get costs out of there, we will look to be a part of that. But if not, we're very much, like I said before, a leader. And with that, I think the big opportunity is how do you become that #1 cannabis company in Canada, which Aphria is absolutely becoming. Number 2 is, there's a big market out there, the illicit market, to take share away from. And in Canada, I think there's going to be close to 3,000 stores one day. So there's going to be a lot of outlets. The other big thing is cannabis 2.0. The opportunities in edibles and drinks is going to be big. And I also come back and say the producer or the LP in Canada that really shines is going to have a big opportunity once the U.S. legalizes. And, you know, we hope with all our experience and all our expertise, when the opportunity comes in the U.S., we'll be able to be a major player there.
So I know you have to be careful here how you parse your words, but were there no talks? You say that you held no talks with Aurora on a potential merger?
So, Andy, listen, I'm somebody, you know, who likes to talk to a lot of different people. And I can say to this here, I could have talked to a lot of different LPs out there. And I think talk is cheap, but when there's no deal, it's irrelevant if there was talks or not. And I think that's what's important from that standpoint.
So I know you have to be very careful here, Irwin. So you're not saying there weren't talks with Aurora, and naturally you'd explore things with other people in the industry. So you're not denying that there were talks anyway.
Listen, I think, as I said before, I think what's important is consolidation for the right reason, not consolidation, you know, for the wrong reasons. And don't do consolidation if it doesn't make sense. So, you know, again, what's important for myself and my employees and our shareholders is to grow this company. And we have the ability to do it. We have great people. We have great brands. We have a great grow infrastructure today. And with that, we have ability to grow internationally. And that's with our GMP certifications. It's with, you know, our medical business, and the opportunity is tremendous. So we don't need to do a deal to grow our business. We're very much have come a long way. And I got to tell you something. Very few companies have doubled the size in their business. There's very few LPs out there that are profitable. There's very few LPs that have not done, you know, a deal with someone else to get their cash. Okay, we've either generated cash, went out there and raised cash, and with that, we've kept our cash and we used our cash wisely.
So give us an idea. What is your all-in cost of producing cannabis right now, Irwin?
Well, we've talked about it. It's about 88 cents, you know, per gram. And, you know, there's opportunities as we get Aphria Diamond up. And like I say, I'm standing here today and it's probably one of the most beautiful facilities in the world of a cannabis facility. And our costs are going to continuously come down because of the efficiencies that we're going to keep taking out of our business. You know, I was just with the team and we looked at, you know, with Aphria One, how we're going to take $10 million of costs out of that business as we, you know, fully get this facility up and growing.
Give me an idea, Irwin, how much of the market do the illicit players, the illegal players still have? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
And you didn't see Aphria laying off hundreds of people and thousands of people like some of the LPs did. And, you know, I'm someone who looks at cash and we maintained our cash. You know, it's big next year that we will be free cash positive. So with that, you know, the opportunities and you just hit on a point, the illicit market. You know, the illicit market today is almost 3 times the size of legalized market in here. So it's big opportunity for us to go out there and take share away from that illicit market.
Okay, listen, we'll have to jump. Irwin, thanks very much indeed. Always great talking to you.
Hey, thank you very much and stay safe. Thank you, Andy. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, man. Irwin Simon of Aphria.